Hey guys and girls, Chris at Rockford Ordnance. How are you? We are so glad to be back and glad to be out at the range. You know, a few months ago I found these, and you might say, well, what is that? It's just a Magpul mag, right? Got the windows, whatever. I think it's Gen 2, but it's the color. It's OD green, our favorite color, of course. Well, I didn't know then what these would come in handy for. I figured maybe our 3-gun rifle, but boy, do I got something that really looks cool with this. Check this out, guys. Here it is, our IWI Tavor. It's the X95 actually. I call it a Tavor. I think it is a Tavor. It's a version, right? But it does have its own model number, the X95. So I figured what better weapon to use these in than an OD green Tavor. These Tavors take AR mags, of course, and I think they match rather well. What do you guys say? I think it's pretty damn cool. Quite the package. We also have our OD green Magpul sling. These are awesome because you can just, you know, grab it. I got it on wrong right now, but you can lengthen it here, shorten it the same way, run it single point, just click it over to here like so, and you've got a single point. Just a nice sling. So all in all, such a great package. So we just took it out of the box, and you're probably wondering, what are my thoughts? Well, I didn't know. I had never so much as picked one up, never handled one, anything. I watched some videos to kind of figure out whether I wanted the Tavor or the X95, and quickly came to the decision that the X95 was for me. Just the controls are a little more familiar, let's say. They're more like an AR. You've got your mag release right here. Safety is in a position like the AR, and so on. The rest of it, yeah, not so much. You've got the cocking handle here. It can flip sides too. You can change this all over to work on the right side. The safety, you do have ambi mag releases right off the bat. But you can even make it eject out of the left side of the gun, which is pretty cool. Before I decided on an optic for this, it does come with flip-up sights. And if I can find it, there you go. They flip up like that. Let's get a close-up so you can see. So you got a peep sight in the back, and then an adjustable front post. And it can go up or down. It does have tritium in it, so it is good for nighttime or whatnot. And they line up pretty good. They sit kind of high, as you can see, and they work pretty good, but they seem a little, I won't say weak, but they're just out there, you know. It seems like they could get damaged, something like that. But the nice thing is, with this Holosun, they perfectly co-witness. Right now, I can tell you that I'm going to just have a tiny bit of adjustment, and we'll be fine. Right now, it's gonna shoot a little to the right, I bet, but not much. So when we get out there, which we're gonna do in a minute here, it won't be much adjustment. This is our first range trip, first shots, everything. So I started to tell you that I had never so much as picked one of these up. Didn't know what to think. I just thought they were cool. I thought, hey, maybe there's an import ban coming. I better get one. And it's something different. I've never had a bullpup, nothing. So I take it out of the box. I'm looking at it. When you first pick it up, it feels kind of heavy, a little awkward. It's heavier back here, right? So you pick it up and you're like, I don't know. And then you shoulder it. It shoulders very nicely, gets in the pocket real nice. It's got this nice thick rubber butt pad. This butt pad, you just push this pin out and the whole back opens up. You can pull the bolt and everything out real easy. But it's fairly narrow, and I find that it just goes into the pocket really well. And stays there. It's real grippy, it's kind of soft. I like it. So when you shoulder the weapon, the first thing you notice is that, all the weight's to the rear. Like right now, I could hold this gun forever and shoot it pretty darn well one-handed like a pistol. So really interesting. What that also does is that front end is super light. So, you know, the movements are really natural. I hope me on the stock isn't cutting my voice out, but it just swings really nice. The weight is naturally back toward your shoulder, so it feels super light. It feels much lighter than it is, and just super cool. Just holding this, the feel of it, all the functions, everything. Before I shoot it, I'm gonna say that I love this gun. I hope if it shoots half as well as what I'm expecting, man, this is gonna be at the top of the list. I mean, I haven't been this excited over an AK recently as I have this thing. It's just, I can't tell you, the quality, the feel of it, everything is just so super nice. Anyhow, before I get into all these cool controls and how everything works, let's do a little shooting, shall we? So guys, before we let them fly, I've got 10 rounds of M193 loaded up here. We've got our Holosun 510C on here, and when I co-witness it with the factory sights, it was a little bit to the right. So about 13 clicks to the right, actually, because that moves it opposite, brought it in line. So if the factory sights are in line, the Holosun should be on the money too. So hopefully it's sighted in, we'll see. You adjust this, it's real simple. Comes with this little tool, all kinds of neat stuff in the box. I'm gonna have to do a video on them one of these days, but yeah, so we adjusted it real quick and we're gonna see where it's at. We'll flip these down for now, load up, and I've got a steel target, IPSC torso down there. I'm about 75 yards here or so, and let's see how it runs, shall we? It does take some getting used to loading this. I found that you bring it up, tilt it into your workspace here, and load it in. So it does take a little bit of getting used to. We'll see how she runs here. Let's chamber around, and we'll see where we're at, shall we? Safety off. Hope you heard that. Bolt holes open. I did hit a few of them down there, but I'm finding myself doing one of these. So we're gonna rest the gun, make sure it's sighted in, and we'll bring you a little more shoot. So guys, we're gonna take a little walk down there and see how we did. I'll tell you right now that recoil was negligible, I guess is the word. It really felt just good, just a nice, you know, solid, but nothing, I didn't notice it, put it that way. Anyhow, we're gonna see how we did here. Looks like maybe it was hitting a little right still, but I'll flip this around and let you check out our setup here. Let's see. So, there's our steel. I think that first one was the headshot. That's where I was aiming. And then we managed to put, looks like another 4 on target. 5, looks like I hit the bolt there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 10, freestanding, not too bad. We've got our sight-in targets all set here as well. So we're gonna, all in all, not bad, huh? So let's get back down there, let me catch my breath, and do a little more shooting. I think that's gonna be our next purchase. We're gonna get a camera system, so I don't have to be humping my behind all the way down the range anymore. Get a little old for that. So guys, we're gonna get ready here to put some rounds down there, and figured it was as good a time as any to show you. But it comes with these QD rings, these D rings, so you can just easily pop your sling off. Easily, you know. Yeah, there we go. So you can pop it off and take it out of the way. On both sides, I'll show you on here, it has 3 points. One in the rear, one in the rear, one up front. And on this side, on the right side, you also have one in the middle here. So kind of nice, gives you a lot of choices of where to put that sling. Wind's picking up here. We are shooting Winchester M193. So let's see what we can do here. We're conserving ammo with the ammo shortage, so I've just lined up 3 shots in here. Normally we do 5 shot groups, but 3 will work for just sighting it in. So let's see how she works. I'm not quite sure how to do this since I'm not used to the bullpup design here, you know. Let's see, maybe we need to stack this a bit. Let's chamber around. Okay. Your bolt release, interesting, is back here, guys. So you push up and it chambers it. So let's see where we're at. Get comfy here. All right, let's go see how she did, shall we? So guys, we did all right. It's centered. It's 2 touching there and 1 just above it. That was probably me. And this being 75 yards, I bet she's right on at 100. So we'll do a couple more groups, see how it does, and we might be done already. Hey guys, real quick before we do some shooting, I saw a video one time on YouTube of a guy shooting steel targets, and he's shooting away and you hear bing, 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 he's shooting, and then they pan away from the shooter and they show his buddy standing on the side with a steel plate and a hammer. And it was quite funny. So my son had gotten a new bicycle and I saw this and I thought of that video, and I put it on my tripod. If you can see this here, let's see if I can do it. So that's a bell off his bike, and you guys have nothing to fear. I can't afford a cameraman, so I'm my own cameraman, so you'll never worry about the bell. But I put it on there because of that video. I thought it was hilarious. Alright guys, so we are going to give it one more try here. Actually, we're going to give it 3 more tries. 3 shots on 3 different bullseyes and see if we are on the money here. Gotta get used to putting that mag in back here. But certainly is interesting. I'm trying to get a better feel for this. And I don't know that I can do it here. Let's see, that'll work. Okay, so let's go to town here. hard to see them down there, to tell you the truth. And I figured we'd test out our gong ringer over here. So, pal, if you will. Nice job. So guys, we'll go to the first target here, and you can see they're a little high, but not bad, about 1.5 inches. Down here, again a little high, maybe 2 inches. And over here I was having a hard time seeing the target. I got one on, but of course it's high. The other two were off. I don't know what the hell happened there. So we'll, looks like maybe just a hair to the left. Pretty close, I don't know. You know, the original group here, we'll probably bring it a little right and leave it alone, and then we'll go over to the 100-yard range. Well guys, I tell you what, I never had such an easy time of picking up my spent brass. If you can see it all right here, there's every round of it, and it was all in a nice neat little pile over there. So we're gonna click this thing a couple to, let's see, we're gonna bring it a couple left here. And I think that should do us. So let's take another shot here, or 5 shots, and see if we're done. And we'll go from there. Love how that bolt locks open. Very, very little recoil. This thing is just fun. Once we're sighted in here, we're gonna have a little fun, a lot more fun. All right, guys, I was aiming at the center target here and giving it more of a lollipop hold. So we had those 3 high ones before, and they're still in that same general area, still favoring the left here. So we're still gonna move it a little bit over. I only did 1 click, and it's about 1 inch, I would say. And you might think, well, why are you being so crazy about this, Chris? Well, because when you get out to 100 and 150 and 200 and 250, that 1 inch starts to grow quickly. So you wanna be as close as you possibly can right off the bat. So that's what we're gonna do, and we'll be right back. All right, one more try. And one more. All right. In the words of Mr. David Lee Roth, I think we got it this time. All right, we're gonna ring some steel here. No, really, we're gonna ring some steel. Guess it didn't hold the bolt open on that last shot. All right. looks like we're finally on the money here. Put 7 there. Those were our shots from before. Put 7 there. I see, what do I see here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, pretty even across the board here. I think we're gonna call it good. Now, I was aiming at the bottom of the target, kind of lollipopping it, right? So we should be good at 100. Well guys, I really like this Magpul sling. I love running a gun in the single point configuration. Not all the time, and it wouldn't be great for running, right? Because it get the boys and all that, but it's comfortable when you're, you know, doing range work, hanging out. The gun can just hang near your side, and you can always convert it over. So we're done sighting it in, the gun's on the money, and it shoots fabulously. What would a test be without trying to run a little steel case? So we're gonna try and run some of this Wolf through there, see how it does. We picked this up in Tennessee at a shop where, guys, I've never seen so much ammunition in one place. You walked in and 1/3 of the store, an entire area of it, was just filled with pallets of ammo, all Russian steel case, 7.62 by 39, 223, 545. It had to be 500,000 rounds there. Incredible. So I picked up a little bit. Why not? Can't pass it up. And we're going to see how it runs. Again, we're running these PMags. I really like these window mags. I forget what these are, if these are Gen 1 or 2, but you can see the little marker there, the orange marker. It tells you how many rounds you have in it. Although the rounds are coming down to here, the orange mark tells us we got 20 rounds in there, or thereabouts. It's 5, 15, 25, 30, and they work really well. And like any other PMag, you know, they just run. So we're just gonna have a little fun here and hammer some steel a little bit and go to town. Gonna have to try and do some quick mag changes with this baby too. But for now, let's just have some fun, shall we? Let's see what happened. I don't know if it didn't feed. Didn't hold open on the last shot. So, had 2 weird things happen there. One, didn't catch a round coming forward because it closed. Maybe it short stroked. And then it didn't lock open. So I know that Wolf steel case is a bit underpowered, unlike the 193. So maybe that's it. Maybe it's just not strong enough. And the gun being brand new and all, who knows, but we'll find out. Steel case is steel case. That Wolf is just Reebok's tool, I'm pretty sure, by the way it comes in those little plastic holders that are inside the box. But still ran it, ejected. Looks like it ejected in a nice little pile over here, so definitely a bit shorter ejection than the brass, but not bad. Anyhow, what do you guys think? Just a beautiful gun. We'll do a little. So guys, it sure looks like this thing is on the money and just a blast to shoot. It truly is a pleasure. I can't wait to really, you know, run this thing and get used to mag changes and all that good stuff, because it is different, right? Bullpups are quite a bit different. Let's talk about that for a minute. So you do have a full 16.5-inch barrel here. The idea is they're just moving it back, you know, whatever distance that is where your normal ejection port and action and all would be. they're moving it back here. So essentially your chamber is here and the barrel probably starts about here. So it's moving the whole package back, shifting the weight back towards your shoulder and effectively shortening up the entire weapon. It really does feel like you're running like an SBR or something like that. Really, really cool, really maneuverable, really comfortable. It's fairly heavy. I think it comes in at like 7.5 pounds, somewhere in there. Not too bad, right? But just feels different because it's so weighty toward the rear. But that's a good thing. Like I said, you can just hold it like a pistol and pretty steady and just boom, you know. So let's talk about it. We'll start at the back here. You'll notice this butt plate is a little bit thicker if you've seen military versions or stuff from other countries. For US import, we had to have a thicker recoil pad put on to keep it over the minimum length. Otherwise, you'd be running into an SBR problem. So I wouldn't go changing that pad. There's pins here similar to an AR. They're captured pins. You pop this top one, it rotates down, you pull the whole bolt system out. Trigger pack comes out with 2 more pins at the bottom here, real simple. Both sides are pretty redundant. Obviously, here's your ejection port. You've got a QD point here. This closes your bolt like that. Mag and mag port. You can switch the safety side to side. It's not ambidextrous, but it can go to the left side. Interesting thing is there's a pointer here. So when you switch it, somebody looking from this side could see. So maybe in an instructional type of thing on a range, someone new shooting it, you can tell whether or not it's on safe. This is your mag release, very similar to an AR, right? That's the big difference between the Tavor and the X95. They just made things a little more AR-ish, so to speak. Speaking of that, you've got this large trigger guard and this grip. Well, this can be removed. The whole unit comes off. It can be replaced with a standard AR-like pistol grip and a smaller trigger guard. So some people may want to do that. I don't know. I think it's part of what makes it unique, so I'm probably going to leave it alone. You've got this full rail all down the top, and like we showed you, we've got the pop-up sights, and they do co-witness front and back. You've got tritium in the front. Really, really nice rail. Super high quality. I can tell, guys, by the machining how sharp it is. It's just extraordinarily sharp. A lot of the cheap stuff, some of the Chinese stuff, you just don't see that sharpness. It's almost dulled out, right? But definitely mil-spec and definitely well done. Now you say, well, that's great, Chris, but where am I going to put all these accessories I got? I got a flashlight and I've got all this other crap I want to hang on there. Well, hold on, AR guys. Push in this little flap. See this flipper flap here? You push in and slide it right off the front and you've got a rail. So you've got them at 3, 6, this one slides off, and 9. So you could take them all off and put all kinds of stuff on there. You do have this hand stop here built into the bottom one, which is kind of nice. Unless I were to put a light on this, I don't know what else I would really add. But they certainly work great, and they're easy on, easy off, and they are comfortable. It's a little bit thicker than, say, an AK handguard, and maybe even a little thicker than most AK or AR handguards. But other than that, really nice. You've got another QD point at the front here. And then you've got your A2 style birdcage flash hider that seems to be working better than some of the most recent things we've tested, like our 5.56 AK that was with the same ammo, putting out huge fireballs. I didn't see any while I was shooting. Maybe in the video there is some, but we'll have to take a look. On the other side, you'll see our safety. Like I said, it can be flipped. You do get an extra QD point on this side, and you'll see the ejection port is blocked off on this side. You can flip it over. The other cool thing, guys, they make conversion kits for this. You can turn this into a 9mm. I even think they have a few others, but I know for sure the 9 is out there. You can buy the conversion kit and flip it around your bolt, barrel, etc., and have a 9mm. How cool is that? Anyhow, We've also got our charging handle over here. It does lock back on last shot, and it's non-reciprocating. It locks up toward the front. It did come with these D-rings, which was a nice touch, and yeah, that's about it, guys. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. This is our first trip with it, first time touching one, so it's really interesting. It is a pleasure to shoot. It's going to take some getting used to with mag changes and whatnot, but all in all, really, really cool gun. Can't wait to have fun with this thing. I don't know that it's going to replace my AKs just yet, but when I get comfortable with it, it certainly is a shooter, let me tell you. Enjoying it. I'm going to have to also bring you guys a full review on these H510C Hullasuns, because we are up to, I think, 8, 9, 10 of these things. I bought 2 in the last week. So being as popular as they are and as universal and using them on everything, I just feel the need to bring you a video on them and show you everything about them and why I like them so much. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for everything you do, guys. Thanks for coming to our live stream Wednesday night, 7:30 Central, and we have a good time over there. We'd like to see a bunch of you over there. We just talk about guns and shooting and Second Amendment stuff, all kinds of things. It's just a lot of fun. The live chat is a ton of fun. You'll meet a lot of cool people in there, and yeah, good times. It's called Coffee and Kalashnikovs. So bring your coffee or whatever other type of adult beverage you may like and stop in and hang out with us for a little bit. You'll have fun. Anyhow, guys, thanks for stopping in and checking out the new toy. I'm loving it. Let us know what you think down in the comments. And as always, Rockford Ordnance out.